Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking.
I'm Jen.
Where you at? Where you at?
I'm Canadian. This is Neal. He's American. We're in a relationship and we talk about reality television. I take a gummy.
I don't.
He just has to deal with me. We watch reality television. I think I already said that.
Yeah.
We also talk about it. That's why we're here.
You're thoroughly explaining it now.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does it mean?
Neal has a lot of thoughts about this episode of Survivor.
Episode 3, they voted out Q.
Spoiler alert. Wow, you're just going to jump right in.
That was basically the entire episode. It was a pretty boring episode for Survivor standards. And it was a unanimous vote. Mm-hmm. So,
But he didn't know. He was blindsided. I mean...
Is a blindside a blindside?
Every week,
Yeah,
you're right. You said that at the beginning of the episode.
And, so this episode started with them getting back to camp, and Stephanie, Q's only ally, was like, oh, I hope I don't get blindsided this week. You can't get blindsided if you're in a two-person alliance. The other person gets voted.
You're the obvious person to go home.
Not every elimination is a blindside. A blindside occurs when you have a majority.
Preach it to the people.
And someone decides to defect from that majority.
Okay, let us move on from the semantics of Survivor.
Semantics of Survivor. That was pretty wild.
I'm gonna pee in my pants and I'm not wearing any.
So Charlie hates Rizgod, and I hate that. I love both of them, and I'm sad.
That's what you're gonna lead with? It's the lowest rated episode of Survivor on IMDb,
yes,
and you're gonna lead...
building up the tension.
You're gonna lead with Charlie v. Rizgod?
Yeah. Apparently they go to war next episode. So.
I actually love the dynamic. I love that, spoiler alert, this episode, Rizgod finds an idol. Well, in his bag. He gets gifted Genevieve's second boomerang idol, which this one she's not telling anybody about.
Right.
She plans to do it so that she can blindside him. It's not out of the goodness of her heart. But he doesn't know that.
You have to get to the merge for that to happen, or at least a 1 in 3 chance of getting on the tribe with him when they do a swap again in 2 episodes.
Or just give it to the person who has the highest likelihood of being voted out by their team now.
Yeah.
Is that just too simple?
I think that's too difficult.
Back to me faster. You can't make that call.
Unless you're Ozzy or Sari or one of the winners. Those are the people I would send it to, because they would be voted out first. Which, again, how is Ozzy still in the game? How is Sari... Well, Ozzy... Sari should not be in the game. She should have been the first person voted out of this game.
Literally, the minute you had the opportunity, no matter who you are.
And we'll see next episode, they're doing 2 tribes going to elimination, or to tribal. So it's definitely going to be the team that keeps losing.
Spoiler alert.
So, okay. Challenge.
Which, since we've gone back to 90-minute episodes, a couple of the episodes this season, at least, have had a separate reward challenge and immunity challenge. I feel like the old school Survivor fan prefers that formula. 2 challenges in 1 episode.
Yeah.
Reward is separate, not immunity, and here's the extra reward.
That's what I thought was the typical norm.
Which was what?
To
merge together.
No, separate. When you got me watching Survivor again, I went into it thinking there was a reward challenge and...
because you grew up in a time where that's how it worked.
Right.
Even if it was Big Brother that came on 3 times
Big
a week.
Brother.
Every Thursday. Did you just say that like Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
You're way too white to do that. Even Big Brother, which came on 3 times a week, every Thursday was the eviction. Every Sunday was the reward thing. Every Wednesday was the veto. Like, it has a formula.
Right.
We like that. I don't want sometimes to have talking almost the whole episode and you mush it into one reward. Sometimes. Or in this case, it's all mushed into one because... What, Neal? Tell us about this episode of Survivor.
So we knew that there would be celebrity camos for whatever reason.
Camos?
Cameos.
They went in really well with the jungle.
He was wearing camo shorts.
Was he really?
I believe. No, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. There's definitely camouflage involved at some point.
I believe you.
Celebrity cameos. We've already seen the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idols, and we know Mr. Beast is doing the auction later in the season. Boo.
Which I'm not automatically mad at, because if you're going to incorporate YouTubers in some way, the auction is already like a jovial time. So it would, to me, be the most acceptable time to step outside of the reality of Survivor, because it already looks so different from what we're used to. Are you going to bid all your money on a
Beast Burger?
Oh, if it's shit like that, I will turn the television off. Which I guess brings us to our point.
So Zach Brown is introduced by Jeff, and he's like, you're going to have the full Zach Brown experience.
And like he was the architect of this challenge. Which, okay, I'm not mad.
He doesn't have to be there for it.
Okay, guys, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, he doesn't even stay.
But why?
Because he has to go spearfish the reward winner's supper.
So he talks them through it. He says, I'm going to come hang out with you guys. I'm going to feed you the fish that I will spearfish while you guys are competing right now. And like rice and plantains.
So like jungle food. Instead of a greasy hamburger or a slice of pizza.
Now, when it gets prepared, it does look delicious. But my initial reaction is, ooh, fish that I can get by myself spearfishing. But I still wasn't mad, to be clear. He came on long enough to explain the challenge. Goes again. If the next time we saw him was on the beach, it would be fine.
But that's...
Oh no, I have beach issues too, actually. I'm lying. Go on.
We get 5 minutes of testimonials from him. So like he's, in this one episode, has had more confessional time than a few competitors. What is happening?
Probably combined.
Yes. Like, it's crazy. And
I think give him one moment like that where he sits down and talks about what this means to him.
No.
You hate the concept altogether.
It should be...
I have notes.
Like, we bring in a TV screen, and here's Zach Brown being like, hey guys, I'm a huge fan. This challenge is inspired by me. Here are the rules. May the best person win. Perfect. Boom. 30-second video.
No, I think I'm not mad that they flew him in. You think it breaks the reality. So you are mad about it at its core.
Yes, they shouldn't be there.
Okay, so I'm not that mad. I just think I'm really trying my hardest to go in order. So we go to the segment where Zach Brown is spearfishing. With, by the way, not the gear that they give the survivors to spearfishing. And, like, way further out in, like, a motorboat. Blow up, but still a motorboat. What are the cats doing?
Keep going.
Oh, no. Just requiring just blatant encouragement like that is crazy. Keep going, girl. Keep going. You can do it. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can. No. Where is it?
He was out on a pontoon boat and spearfishing, professional equipment.
Is that a pontoon boat?
Oh, it definitely was, yeah.
Is that what those are called? Okay, I love the sun. Oh, God. It doesn't... It's springtime right now? Almost? Almost! Oh, spring! I love spring. New awakenings. You've
Okay,
let
I'm
me...
gonna take over from here. So he brings in the 2 giant tuna he catches.
You buried... No!
Well, this is what happens when you can't regain your... I don't know what you're trying to say.
He goes spearfishing. There's no way this man really caught this gigantic tuna. That was editing. I don't care. No. No.
No.
Do you think? I think it was a body double in the water. He says he, learned to do it while on vacation with his family. I don't doubt that he could. I really don't think he bought 2 gigantic ahi tunas that would cost, $500. $1,000.
That is a little hard to believe, yes.
Right? Ahi tuna? You got that at the grocery store, or you got someone to spear that for you.
I would say that's probably a safe bet.
So that's why I'm mad. You may proceed.
Well, then they have supper after he cleans the fish, which, they strategically only showed 2 seconds of him actually cleaning and preparing the fish.
Oh, LOL, so you don't even think he can cook. You think they filmed him for a second at the grill and then someone stepped in and chopped all his, mango salsa for him?
Yes.
No!
Then
Really?
they got their own personal concert that included a sing-along song.
Okay. Again, you are not putting enough emphasis on these things. The 2 giant tuna. No, whatever you're thinking, bigger. It was outrageous. So I did write down, I was like, their mind is going to be blown, though. What a cool moment as the survivor winning that challenge. And you're like, oh, Zach Brown's going to spearfish me. And he comes in with this massive ahi tuna. You'd be freaking thrilled. You wouldn't, because you don't like seafood. So you don't think that's redeemable either. I can see it by the look on your face.
I think it could have been an email. So you have... The segment lasts 20 minutes.
Once you combine it all. Or you mean just the singing?
No, once you combine it all, it's 20 minutes out of...
Okay. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I'm not mad at the singing at the camp. The existence of it, like you are. I think if he had stopped at one song, it would have been fine. But then he's like, all right, guys. Here's my new single. And you're gonna sing along. Here's how. And it was like a call and repeat, like a sing and repeat after. No sing-alongs on Survivor Beach, please, with Zach Brown.
Right.
No one asked for this. Ooh, in the hands of the fans, no one voted for this. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
So I didn't have a problem with the singing.
Oh, really?
If he's there, he should. That's the one thing he should be doing.
But to blatantly promo, here's my new song.
I have a problem with how much of the episode it took up.
Okay.
When back in camp, the losers, same team that lost last time, because they couldn't push the boat because they didn't have any muscle.
They were literally
Ozzy.
stuck under the net.
Yes, it was very sad.
The other 2 had finished their puzzle. And it's that crazy puzzle where you basically have to make a rainbow word with these giant blocks that if you drop them on your foot, you're going to break your toe. And Jonathan was doing it barefoot like an absolute Tarzan man.
Yes. So you have...
And then also... sorry.
It's all right. Go.
I was just gonna say that I also didn't like, so I don't know if we made this clear, but this was the combined immunity challenge, and so there are 3 teams. The winningest team was the only team that got Zach Brown anything. They got reward and immunity. Next team only got immunity. This is why I don't like it combined, because there were legitimate, like, Dee is a legitimate Zach Brown fan. And so even though she was safe, she had just won immunity, she was, like, on her beach crying.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, a Survivor experience she was going to miss, and she was picturing having, like, a sing-along with one of her favorite artists on a beach in Fiji on Survivor 50. Like, that is, to me, that's a legitimate thing to feel as a loss. No?
Like, if you're CBS or if you're Jeff and a dude, let's say Coach didn't like, he's a fan, but, like, if he really didn't care for it and was like, hey, can D go in my place? Do you think they'd be freaking mad?
They wouldn't let them in this case because it's on different beaches.
That's true.
So we're not driving her to your beach and picking her up again. So I didn't like that the winning team was sad because they weren't with Zach Brown.
Right.
I understand why they were sad, but my point is I don't like that it's formatted so that
why didn't they just have 2
way.
teams go?
Right? Like, stay at some location. Well, because it was at the sanctuary anyway. 2 teams would be a lot, though.
It would be a lot, but,
you'd
like,
have a really big table.
He caught 2
like
giant fish.
The kind of table you'd have to have at a Ren Fair. Is that a segue?
What?
Because the only other thing I've written in my notes is when... So let's move on from Zach Brown. When Mike White calls Emily a cougar in the shape of a Ren Fair girl.
So Emily is
so chaotic.
She claims to have learned from her first season.
Lies.
And
Where's the learning?
Is going to play a lot more nuance, but she has just been an absolute disaster of a player.
Christian's like, hey, in case we get split up, I didn't get a chance to tell you this. Who is it?
Aubrey got an idol.
Aubrey has an idol in case you end up on a team with her. And she's like, what? Why wouldn't he tell me that? And then, like, they swap tribes and she goes and tells basically the entire majority team on her new tribe, even though Christian is on the tribe with her.
Right.
So, like, that to me is a big enough blow up that as Christian, I would think you felt like you had to get Emily out because it's too hard to play around her, which he even says that. So Emily is on the table.
Yes.
She's potential go-homer number 1.
Angelina was the original person that Mike then tried hard to move off of her and onto Emily because he
said, she's a number, she's not going to win the game, so, like, what's the point of her being a priority right now?
Right.
Christian, no. Who wants to get rid of Angelina the most? Ozzy wants to get rid of Angelina because he wants to be Mike White's number 1.
Right.
So then it switches to from Emily to Mike, which I called, by the way. I was like, is this going to end up backfiring on Mike? Because when anyone ever tries to play too hard to save someone else, all of a sudden it's like, well, wait. Why would we weaken Mike White when we can just get rid of Mike White?
Right.
So I love that Mike White, like, respects Emily. I think that's a really cool dynamic. My other point is gone.
So this ties into my biggest complaint about Zach Brown segment. You have this.
We are not moved on.
You have all of this scheming on the beach. You go from Emily or Angelina to Emily to Mike.
And then back to Emily.
And then
because what does she do? Oh, yeah, I forgot the main part.
Yeah.
We'll get back to your angry in a second. I just need to paint the complete picture. Emily is sitting at camp and looks at Ozzy and is like, I think Mike White is coming for me. Shut your mouth. Christian literally looked at you, Emily, and said, Mike White can't get a sniff of it. He's too smart.
Yes.
He can't get a sniff of it. And so Christian comes back to us, and that's when he's really like, holy shit, Emily is too difficult to play with. And I'm going into tribal council thinking that they're going to get rid of Emily because they like have to. The same way I feel like you have to get rid of Joe because this moral high ground is exhausting to work around.
Right.
So go back to Zach Brown, you hate it.
The amount of scheming that we could have seen 15 more minutes of that. Mm-hmm. Because they cut out a shit ton of footage.
This is also true.
Even 10 minutes, that would have been fine. But to have 20 minutes of the 60 minutes of the episode, a third, is crazy. And again, people are saying, oh, just wait for when Mr. Beast is on. You think 20 minutes they're going to give just 20 minutes to him? Like, he might be the entire episode. So I don't want, if it's just Mr. Beast, that's great. There better not be any more celebrities on the show.
But then you also have to find a balance. So, like, if there's only 2 and all you could get was Zach Brown and Mr. Beast, I don't know, man. Are you over the hill? And I never say that about Survivor.
And Mr. Beast isn't even a Survivor. It's because he makes his own show on Paramount. No, Amazon.
I think that's fine for a crossover. If you're a host yourself, you're literally a self-made host. Like, you made yourself.
But this is season 50. This is supposed to be the sacred season.
Than this. Yes, I would rather you bring back, like, Malcolm. Like, bring back Boston Rob. Bring back the greats who aren't playing.
Yes. Or just don't bring people back. Just have a normal season.
Bring back Sandra. I'm making my list now of who it would be. Because you'd have to pick huge ones. Because people really hated that season where Rob and Sandra were there, but they were just like, it was Island of the Idols. And you could, like, boat to them and they would give you advice about the game. Like, that's stupid.
Yes, that is dumb. Unless they end
maybe
up...
leave the outside people out of it. There's no way most fans voted for this.
It wasn't a vote. Like, there was no voting for celebrities to make an appearance.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Jeff was just bringing up in the hands of the fans because he was saying, like, and this one fan... No, that was a dumb segue, too.
They would never have won.
No.
Should celebrities be on the season? No.
Right. It would have been a clear no. So, like, do you really listen to the fans?
No.
Should you?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to tribal.
So...
No speech about fire representing your life, and in this game, when your fire is gone, so...
And this season is proving to be the same as every other season. The team that loses, or the tribe that loses first, keeps losing.
There are people who haven't even heard that yet. Haven't even had their torches turned on.
And they got rid of Q, so, like, again, they couldn't even push the boat up by the time the other 2 teams had won.
Right. Which I get. I always use the argument, well, you're at tribal anyway, so you lost anyway.
Right.
You know, you lost with Q. But then you really could have used Q in this one specifically.
Yeah, and now you don't have ripped Mike White.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Let's go to tribal. I wish tribal, and I never say this, I wish tribal had been longer.
Well, they couldn't because
that's
Zach
why I'm
Brown
saying
banned.
it. This time in particular, because Mike White is such a scene stealer and is such a star. And if you're going to have someone like that on Survivor, you're going to bring him in. You know what that means? That there might be like a segment of people who are only watching it because he's Mike White. Do you think?
Yeah.
Right. So that brings an interesting element. You can't bring it up too much. He calls himself, what, a con artist.
Yeah.
Not a great look, man. Like, I basically have to sell you these stories, and I have to sell you these characters, and you have no reason to buy it, but, like, you do. And people give me, like, a lot of money to put it out there. Yeah, so you're a salesman. But the thing is, you're a talented salesman. And I liked that they kind of went broader, talking about, and maybe this was just to not freak Mike out as much, because if they were all like, ooh, he did say con artist, he'd be like, oh, everyone's voting for me. Because as it stood, he was blindsided. Talk about a blindside. He was like, good job, guys. Wow, you got me, basically.
Yeah. It was a 3-2-1 vote.
Yeah.
Kudos to Christian, who's clearly been pushed as the MVP of the early season.
They've given him a crying segment. He cried about the fact that the, like, hot girl betrayed him, comparing it to what? Like, oh, you're letting it happen again.
Well, no, Mike was saying Emily's going to get rid of you, just
Cougar
like
in the Ren Fair.
The girl tried to get rid of him, but he sensed that and got rid of her instead.
Oh, which was so good. But, like, he cried about it, and he's like, wow, I've never cried about this, like, in 7 years. Like, if I was home talking about this, I wouldn't be crying. So interesting.
Yeah.
Survivor makes you so unstable.
And then Mike White voted Christian out after that anyway. So, bad blood, man.
'Cause baby, now we got, we used to be.
Okay, so we're wrapping up this episode. Mike, yeah, he gets voted out 3-2-1. Again, I would have liked to see more scheming and a longer tribal, but had to see 2 songs from Zach and him spearfishing for whatever reason.
And, like, okay, go to our Instagram, because I have a video. I freaking love manta rays, stingrays. I don't know the difference between them. Like, if you would like to tell me, I would love to hear about it, honestly. Could I just Google that myself? Absolutely, I could. But, like, I want to hear it from you, if you are a stingray expert. Neal and I have pet stingrays. Do you think that's unethical? It probably is. But hopefully there's some reason they can't live in the wild, right? I bet that people take good care of them. You don't go get a job in an aquarium or a zoo unless you really love animals.
Yeah.
On that note,
Rizzo versus Charlie next episode.
'cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey! Okay. Guys, tell us what else we should watch. We've been up to date with everything, and we hopefully over this weekend will come talk to you about everything, because this has probably been the craziest week in pop culture history, like, in years, I would say.
Yeah.
In
I'd
years?
say so.
Okay. We'll come back about that. Okay, we love you guys. Bye.